So if you have a Ford vehicle, you have most likely seen a warning message on your dashboard pop up. Well, I'm here to go over the most popular messages, what they're for, what they mean, and how to fix them. Like I said, today I'm going to go over the most popular messages that pop up on your dashboard, what they're for, what they mean, how to fix them, all that jazz. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, a lot of these messages have to do with sensors, and on more modern Ford vehicles, there are a plethora of sensors. You guys have opinions on how many sensors there are, but they do serve a purpose, and there is a reason why there are sensors. So you have sensors on your windshield, on your bumper, your Ford emblem in the front, your steering wheel. There's sensors literally everywhere, and they all kind of speak to each other. So if one sensor gets confused, it most likely will trigger a chain reaction to multiple sensors, but often it's just one small issue, like I said, that kind of creates a chain reaction. So yesterday we had a blizzard in Eastern Washington, and I had 2 warning messages come up that I've never seen before on my Explorer. I know these messages, I know what they mean, I know how to fix them, but still my initial reaction is panic. What's wrong with my vehicle? Why did this happen? So taking a second, taking a breather, I was able to fix the sensors almost immediately. But I'll go over which sensors those were in the snow and how I fixed them. So let's go into the first warning message. Okay, so one of the main messages that pops up on your dashboard that probably almost every single Ford driver has seen is pre-collision assist not available. Pre-collision assist relies on 2 main things. There is a sensor by the Ford emblem, and then there's also a camera mounted behind your rear view mirror on your windshield. If either of those aren't working properly or are blocked or have snow, mud, if one of those sensors and cameras can't see, the system shuts off. Is it convenient? No. But it happens. If it can't see, it can't see. So what I recommend is going ahead and wiping those areas, the Ford emblem, and then the windshield by the rear view camera, and 99% of the time that'll fix the issue. And just to calm your nerves, this does not mean your braking system doesn't work. This is just the pre-collision assist. Your braking system is completely separate. That works just fine. Do not panic. Now, the next one is adaptive cruise control not working. This is less than ideal. I use adaptive cruise control every time I drive. This and pre-collision assist were the 2 messages that I got yesterday when driving in the snow. The pre-collision assist was easy because all I had to do was wipe down those 2 sensors and cameras. But adaptive cruise actually uses the same cameras as pre-collision assist. So if pre-collision assist is blocked, most likely adaptive cruise control is going to be blocked too. This message actually shows up very often in bad weather, specifically snow, slush, and fog. And it's actually a good thing because the system is smart enough to know it can't safely judge distance. So yesterday when I was driving in the blizzard and my pre-collision assist didn't work, my adaptive cruise didn't work, I switched it into normal cruise. So rather than using adaptive cruise, I'm just using normal cruise control. And that worked. So that means it's a visibility issue, not a drivetrain issue. So I switched it to normal cruise control. Cruise control worked. So once you get to a place where you can pull over, do that, and then your adaptive cruise and pre-collision assist will work just as long as the snow doesn't come back on the sensors. But in a bad weather situation, personally, I would rather control the vehicle myself. So the next one is lane keeping system unavailable. Now, we live in very rural areas where we have gravel roads. We don't have good lane lines or faded lane lines. So when the vehicle can't detect lanes, lane keeping is not going to work. But more than likely, it's just because the road doesn't have very good lane lines or lines at all. It's just your vehicle can't detect the lanes. Okay, so here's a mouthful. Let's see if I get it. Blind spot system fault, cross traffic alert. Oh, 2 takes. Okay, so this one has sensors that sit on the rear bumper on the corners. So one on each corner. And it basically just detects vehicles behind you. These often get dirty with mud, dirt, snow, whatever it is. And when that happens, when those sensors are blocked, this turns off. So all you have to do is wipe it down. Now, if you get in, if you bump your if you have a bumper bump, you most likely need to recalibrate it. Or if you're hauling a trailer, most of the time it shuts off completely because the trailer will block the view. So you're not able to use it. But if it does go off, the system is just doing what it needs to. It's saying something is in the way, but it's your trailer. So you do need to turn it off if it automatically doesn't turn off when you're hauling something. Okay, so this one might be the most common, might be the second most common. Driver alert, rest suggested. And then it has a little coffee cup on it. Your vehicle isn't spying on you. It doesn't have a camera that looks at your face. That's Blue Cruise. So this system actually watches steering input patterns. So if there's something inconsistent, like a little swaying, drifting, that's when this message pops up. Again, it's not spying on you. It's just saying that you're driving a little inconsistent. And if you're fatigued, you might need to pull over and take a rest. If you're alert and focused, just ignore it or turn it off. But if you are fatigued, please listen to it. Rest, pull over, do what you need to do to be as alert as possible when you're driving. Now, something on this that might trigger it is heavy crosswind. So if wind is pushing you and you're having to constantly correct it, this alert might come up. If you're alert and focused, just ignore it or turn it off. But if you are fatigued, please listen to it. So the next one is 4x4 temporarily disabled or check 4x4. But this one usually means one of two things. You either shifted while moving too fast or the transfer case got overheated. So if you've been in 4 high, for example, on drive pavement for a while, the system can bind and overheat slightly. The truck basically protects itself and turns 4x4 off temporarily. Shift back into 2 high, let it cool, and try again. If it comes back immediately every time you switch into it, that's when you need to schedule a service appointment. Sorry. Okay, so the next one is drive mode not available. Drive mode relies on traction control, ABS, steering input, throttle mapping. They're all interconnected. So if one of those systems goes out or has a fault, drive modes can go offline. And here's the common culprit: low battery voltage. Which brings us to our next misunderstood warning. Fords are extremely sensitive to battery health. When voltage drops slightly, especially in cold weather, which is very common, systems start disabling themselves to conserve battery. Now, there's a whole bunch of warning signs that could pertain to your battery. Pre-collision assist, hill start assist, blind spot, drive mode, auto start stop, all at once. And it could look catastrophic. But sometimes your vehicle just needs a new battery. So if you have a vehicle that's about 3 to 5 years old and these messages start coming up randomly, test your battery before assuming the worst. Auto start stop disabled. So this one is rarely a failure. It's most likely your vehicle protecting your electrical system. Auto start stop won't activate if the battery isn't fully charged, engine is still warming up, the cabin temp demand is high, you're towing, it's very hot or very cold. Again, your car or your vehicle is just trying to protect the electrical system. So if your vehicle says disabled, occasionally, that's normal. Your vehicle, again, trying to protect itself. Okay, so the next one, power steering assist fault. Not gonna lie, this one kind of sounds scary. But again, it's most likely a voltage issue. If you see this message, go ahead and turn your vehicle off, restart it. If the message goes away, it's most likely a voltage issue. But if the message doesn't go away and your steering kind of feels heavy, get that checked. That's when you need to call to schedule a service. But again, battery health can also cause this error message. Okay, let's talk about one that throws a lot of people off, and that is battery saver mode. So if you try to start your vehicle from the Ford app, you'll see a message like battery saver active, start vehicle manually. And most people's immediate reaction is my battery's dead. Not necessarily. So here's what's happening. Modern Fords monitor the battery very, very closely. So if your battery isn't fully charged, even just a minor bit, it can disable certain non-essential functions like auto start stop or remote start, things like that. Not essential. Your vehicle is basically saying, I am conserving energy so that you can start me when you need me. So this typically happens if it's really cold outside, or if you take short trips often, or if your vehicle's been sitting a couple days, you left interior lights on, or you're using accessories when the engine is off. Your battery just doesn't have enough time to fully recharge between starts. Instead of letting your battery completely die, the system proactively limits features. So when should you actually worry about these messages? So if they permanently stay on, if it comes with a check engine light, if steering changes, if steering feels stiff, and if it prevents 4x4 at all times, that's when you should probably go in. Temporary warning messages are unfortunately normal, but if they're persistent, that's when it needs attention. So to wrap things up, Ford vehicles are extremely smart. Yes, they have a lot of sensors, and sometimes they are just a little overcautious. Most of these messages are environmental, voltage related, or just temporary, not mechanical failures. So next time that you do have a warning message and you don't know what it's about, try restarting your vehicle, cleaning some sensors, checking your battery before the panic sets in. So if you have another message that pops up that I didn't cover today, drop it in the comments. Maybe I can make a part 2 for this. As always, thank you for watching. If this video was useful to you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, give this video a like, and help us pick our next video. Again, I'm Nikki with Just Ford, and thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you next time.